Today, we're going to dive into a piece of wisdom from the Islamic tradition that honestly just flips the script on how we think about our spiritual progress. It's a total game changer for anyone who's ever felt like their faith is less of a steady path and more of a roller coaster. You know that feeling, right? One minute you're just soaring. You feel connected, you feel strong in your faith, and then bam, the next minute you feel like you've just plummeted, feeling distant, maybe even full of doubt. This up and down, high and low cycle can be absolutely exhausting. I mean, we've all been there. One week, you're a spiritual superstar, right? You're on top of your prayers, you're reading, you're feeling generous. The next week, it feels like you've forgotten how to even pray. We all do this thing where we keep this little mental tally, this sort of spiritual scorecard, and it can literally dictate our entire mood. So let's just call it what it is, this spiritual scorecard. It's that internal system we've all got where we judge our standing with God based completely on our performance. Good deeds, that's a point for us. Slip-ups, that's a point against. But as we're about to see, this entire system is just fundamentally flawed. And this is the kind of emotional whiplash it causes. When we're doing good, we feel proud, secure, maybe even a little bit smug, We think, yeah, I've earned this. I've earned God's favor. But the second we slip up, we just crash into this pit of despair. We start thinking, that's it. It's all over for me. There's no coming back from this. This wild swing between arrogance on one side and hopelessness on the other, it's a symptom of a much, much deeper issue. So what's the actual diagnosis for this spiritual roller coaster? Well, the answer comes from this incredible 800-year-old masterpiece of wisdom called Al-Hikam, written by the great scholar Ibn Athaillah al-Askandari. And what he tells us is that this isn't just some bad habit we have. It's a major sign that our hope is placed in the wrong thing entirely. And here it is. This is the core piece of wisdom. In the original Arabic, it says that one of the surest signs that you're relying on your own actions is that you lose hope the moment you make a mistake. So let's break down what that really means, because this is the key to getting off that roller coaster for good. Okay, so the entire solution here hinges on us understanding and, more importantly, correctly placing our hope. The text uses a very specific, very powerful term for this, and it's not just, wishful thinking. It's a core concept in Islam called ar-raja. Now look at the definition here. Ar-raja is not just about hoping you'll be forgiven. It's way deeper than that. It's a profound hope for something even greater, nearness to God, or Taqarrub. And this kind of hope is directed only, and I mean only, towards God's mercy and His favor, not our own performance. So why can't we place that hope in our deeds? It's because our deeds, our feelings, this whole world, it all falls under this category called wujuudi zalal. And what that means is that they are temporary, they are transient, they are, by their very nature, flawed. They are guaranteed to slip up and falter, and you just can't build an eternal, unshakable hope on a foundation that you know is going to crumble. This right here is the fundamental difference. When your hope is in your deeds, you're banking on something temporary and flawed. That's what leads to that cycle of arrogance and despair, and it turns your faith into this cold, business-like transaction. But when your hope is placed in God's mercy, you're relying on something eternal and perfect. And that leads to humility, to steadfastness, and it transforms the whole thing into a relationship based on love and trust. So our hope isn't directed at our shaky little to-do list of good deeds. It's directed towards the attributes of God Himself, attributes that are perfect, that are eternal. He is Ar-Rahman, the most merciful. He is Al-Ghafur, the forgiver. He is Al-Wadud, the ever-loving. See, our hope is in who He is, not in what we do. Now, if you need one final, ultimate piece of proof to really lock this idea into your mind, it comes straight from the highest source possible, from the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. He gives us the ultimate reality check on this exact topic. Just let that sink in for a second. The companions are asking the person with the most perfect character, the best of all deeds, if his actions are enough to get him into paradise. And his answer is a clear and simple no, not even me. Unless, and this is the most important part of the whole thing, unless Allah showers me with His mercy. I mean, that's the definitive proof right there. It tells us that salvation isn't a wage we earn through our work. It is a gift of divine mercy. So what happens when we really, truly let this sink in? Well, it's not a license to just get lazy, not at all. It's actually a profound kind of liberation. Understanding this frees you from that crushing weight of trying to be perfect all the time, and it frees you from the despair of your own shortcomings. This freedom, it protects you from arrogance when you're doing well, and it gives you a safety net against despair when you inevitably fall. It changes your worship from feeling like a transaction to feeling like a relationship built on love. It actually encourages you to get back up after every single slip-up because you know your failure doesn't define your worth in his eyes. And ultimately, it focuses your heart on the only thing that is truly constant and perfect, Allah and his infinite mercy. So, we'll end with this, a question for all of us to really think about. The next time you're feeling good about your faith, or the next time you're feeling really low, just take a moment and ask yourself, what am I actually relying on right now? My own shaky up and down performance? Or God's unshakable eternal mercy? Because the answer to that question, well, it changes everything.